Alright, so yo! What is going on, guys? T-Dope Gaming back on the mic once again, and today got a very interesting and very controversial topic that I want to discuss today. Now, I should have some footage in the background because I just about an hour or 2 hours ago, finished replaying Sonic 06 for like the millionth time. Like, you guys don't understand how many times I've played that game, not because I necessarily think it's a good game, but I don't know why myself, but I played that game over 1 million times. As a kid, I really liked it. As I was growing up, I started to hate it. And after not playing it for about a good year or two, I haven't played that game in a while, and then I just recently refinished playing it. I took notes, and I was really thinking about it. Now that I'm older, now that I have a more open type mind, still kind of closed mind, but now that it's a little more open, now that I can look at things more objectively, now that I've learned to really analyze everything, pretty much every little detail that I actually can, I was thinking about it while I was playing the game. I was like, is this really the worst Sonic game? I think Sonic Boom is worse. I know a lot of people think Sonic Boom is worse. But is this game really just that bad? Because some people just think it's like one of the worst games ever made. It's the worst Sonic game, or the second worst Sonic game. You know, it's just like a super like really bad game that should have never came into existence and all this stuff. And I'm like, is it really that bad? Like, really? Come on now. Okay. I don't think it's a good game by any means. But the only reason it's not a good game is because it wasn't finished. Like, this is probably the most ambitious Sonic game out to date. And you'll see what I mean because I'll throw in some beta footage and some E3 2005 footage, and you'll see what I mean, okay? Compare that to the final product and you'll see what I mean. I did a lot of research on the old stuff. Well, not a lot of research. This is really a small amount, but I think I got enough information. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into what I thought was good, bad, and in between. And actually, in a generalized standpoint, I found 2 things for good, 2 things for bad, and 2 things for in between. But that's on a very highly generalized level. Pretty much when I was taking notes, actually, I found the game to be in between, like, not good by any means, but not terrible. I mean, it's a bad game, but it's a meh game in my opinion. And you'll understand what I mean when I go into the thing. Okay, so let's get into this, alright? So, first I'm going to talk about the graphics. Now, on the good side, I have graphics, and on the bad side, I have art style. Art style is a part of graphics as a whole. Graphics and art style are 2 different things. Graphics is the generalized, like, everything, and then the art style is something that is a subcategory under graphics. Many people do not understand this, but let's get into it. Okay, for the graphics and the art style, the models are in between. The main character models, like Sonic, Shadow, Silver, Amy, Tails and Knuckles to most extent, Elise, Eggman, even though he looks really different, and that's mostly due to the art style, not the graphics fault. The models of the main characters look fine. What you gotta understand is, guys, this is a 2005 game, 2006 game. My bad. 2006 game. Okay, so when you compare the graphics to the realistic art, like graphics of games in 2006 on the Xbox 360 and PS3, the game actually looks pretty good. Okay, the art style is kind of because it's just Sonic doesn't look right in a realistic setting. Now, I mean, well, he can look right in a realistic setting, but they made everything realistic. Instead of having Sonic and them be cartoony, and then the environments be cartoony, but the real people look like real people and kind of look cartoony. They made everything realistic, and it wasn't bad for some characters. Shadow and Silver really benefit from it, in my opinion. They look good both ways, but some characters like Knuckles look kind of, I don't know how to feel about it. You know what I'm saying? The colors in some levels, like when a level is supposed to be dark and gloomy, you get the dark and gloomy feeling. When a level is supposed to be bright, colorful, and happy, you get that feeling. You get it from you get it from the shading in the area. Like if it's dark and gloomy, it's gonna be really shaded, dark gray skies like Kingdom Valley. When it's supposed to be happy and in your face, you're gonna see the colors really pop, and they catch your eye like in Tropical Jungle. So yeah, that's that's. I think I have footage of that. I'm not actually sure if I do. Anyways, onto the bad about the graphics. The art style, not the art style, the animations, my bad, are very choppy, and it's unnatural, okay? Not gameplay-wise, we'll get to the gameplay, but look at the cutscenes, and you'll see how they're constantly moving and shaking, and it's like, you shouldn't be doing that. So it's really, they tried to make it realistic, but they made it so unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, the hub worlds, like I said, the levels, but the hub worlds look good. The jungle one, I forgot, Soleanna Forest, that one is really empty, but for the other two, like Soleanna and Soleanna New City, in Soleanna you get an old-timey town type feel. You get that. The buildings look great, the people, they match their setting, and that's another thing. In the New City part, you get New City modern type feel. Like the people look modern, the buildings look modern, everything there, even the shop, it's more modern. Like you get that type feel. In the forest, it's like nature and it's spread out, and you get that type feel. So they did a really good job of making the hub worlds feel like they should, as well as the levels. So let's get into this gameplay. Now the gameplay is a glitchy, messy piece of shit. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. The control is too precise, at the same time too finicky. It's in between, but it's so in between to where it's bad. Like it excels at being glitchy and it excels at being finicky, but it doesn't excel at being right in between. You know what I'm saying? Like it's both of them just combined, and it's not good. Like it's really bad. Now, game-breaking glitches that people have found you won't run into if you play the game right. Okay, that the glitches are there, yes, but do they really matter in the scheme of things? No, because you're most likely not gonna break your game unless you're doing A, something you're not supposed to be doing, or B, you just go out of your way to go get those glitches. Okay, so whatever. Anyways, like I said, it's too precise, it's too finicky, it's just, the control is just, yeah, okay. Now, I put gameplay and level design in one category, so let's talk about the level design for a minute. Most levels have multiple paths. Some of them are very linear, however, at times they'll branch off and you'll have multiple paths to get to the goal ring. That's what I like. It's not there the entire time, but it's enough to, it's enough to keep the level fresh, okay? And each character has their own very unique style of play. Most of the levels are kept generally the same. However, they do add some new features in here and there to match the character's style of play, and that's very good. I had fun playing with each character. The least amount with Silver, but that's expected. I mean, Silver wasn't a fully fleshed out character, and in the beta footage you'll see like he has some things that just would have made him so much better, but I'll talk about how this game wasn't finished later. Anyways, The main characters play fine, no severe problems with them. The amigos are fine except for 3 of them, and that is Knuckles, Rouge, and Amy. Knuckles and Rouge, I don't know how to feel about them. Like, they're so meh. Tails is fine. I mean, he could have been better, but he's fine because you only play with him like twice. So, and he can get through his part of the levels very fast. So he's fine. Omega, he's fine. Knuckles and Rouge are sometimes they're getting off the walls is so terrible. But that's really the only problem with them. I mean, I never use Knuckles' combos because, like, in the parts with Knuckles, you never have to really beat up enemies. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I never had to use that. Rouge's bombs are fine. They're accurate when you aim them, right? So, I don't really have a problem with that. The gliding, it's just the perfect speed, you know, not too fast to where you can't control it, but not too slow to where it's, Amy is terrible. She's the worst character in the game. Her combat is awful. Her running speed is awful. Everything about Amy is just awful. She shouldn't have been put in the game as a playable character. For story purposes, fine. As a playable character, no. God. Like, the best amigo is Blaze the cat. And that's because she just plays awesome. Like, Blaze is my favorite character to play as in game, and she only has 2 parts that you can play her in. And it sucks because she has this one thing, like, okay, there's 2 things that she can do with this one move. Now, one thing she can do is she can just propel herself forward, or if you're nearby an enemy, you can actually go to that enemy and act as a singular homing attack. Doesn't work in a chain like Sonic's, but it does work. She has this flame tornado that you can do on the ground or in the air, and she has this double jump. Blaze is just awesome. She has the speed. She has damn near the speed of Sonic. It's like Shadow Speed, where it's not too fast to be a problem most of the time, but it's not too slow to where it's also a problem most of the time. So Blaze is awesome. Some levels are just too long, you know what I'm saying? They overstay their welcome. For the majority of the stages in this game, it took me about 10 minutes, and that's entirely too long. Like, that, no. In a Sonic game, I don't want my stages, if I play them correctly, to last over 5 minutes. If you double that time, it's too long, and that's the majority of stages. Anyways, on to the story. The story has lots of plot holes, like it's a mess, okay? But I was thinking about it, and I was like, what Sonic game, 3D Sonic game anyways, doesn't have that problem? Sonic Generations and Sonic Colors really cut down on it, but by then, in Sonic Lost World, but by then you would expect them to have so much practice with bad stories that they actually had to make a decent story. Like, and I think with those stories, they don't take themselves too seriously. And what was happening in this transition from 2D to 3D was Sonic Team was really, really trying to make Sonic deeper than it was. And that's apparent in Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, this game, Shadow the Hedgehog. In some cases, Sonic Heroes, not really. But fans were most likely asking for that. And when they got it, Sega just didn't know how to present it right. Like, Sonic isn't the type to have a really deep, dark story. Now, I feel like this story had interesting concepts, ideas, characters. This story, if worked on more and thought over more, could have been a great story. Like, this story really could have been at least decent. It still would have had plot holes, yes, because it's too serious of a story for Sonic. But it could have been a lot better. It's really bad, and it has a lot of plot holes, but the concept of the story is actually really good, and it could have been a really, really interesting story. Like I said, it takes itself too seriously, but again, when do we come to Sonic for a deep story? we just want something simple. So, I mean, yeah. Hub worlds, like I said, they're very different. They stand out in terms of, actually varying from each other. There are lots of side quests in them. Lots of side quests in the game to break up the pace. There are about 3 or 4 different variations of them. You would say they get repetitive, but they do break off. And it's like, you got an Eggman Mech stage, a side quest, then you got a ring side quest, then you got like 3 or 4, 2 to 3, maybe other different kind of side quests that are obscure, and then you get back to the ring and the Eggman ones. Now, there aren't too many of them to call it super repetitive, so, I mean, it does break the pace of the game, and I find the side quests to be highly enjoyable, most of the time anyways. The music, I really don't have anything bad to say about the music. Like, the music, it's just great. I like every song in this game. I can't say every song is memorable, I can't say that I love every song, but I like almost every song in this game. It's just it's Sonic. Sonic has been known for good music, so I can't really say anything bad about it. Unlike in Adventure 2, it doesn't overtake the voices. The voices overtake the music, and that's how it should be. But it doesn't overtake the music to a point where you can't hear it or it's annoying. No, it matches it just fine. The lip syncing in the voices is fine. So the music, over the voices is fine. It's great quality, and most of them are rememberable. I can't remember all of them, but most of them, if I were to hear them somewhere else, I'd be able to at least know that they are from Sonic 06. Now, some of the miscellaneous things about the bad, like I said, the glitches, the load times. Oh, God. There are too many load screens, and the load times are awful. So, it's like, the good and the bad so far balanced everything. And I can't say that it's a good game because it's not a good game. But it's not a horrible game. It's on the borderline of being a mad game. Like, it's mad, but it's bad mad. So it's like right there. If only a few things were fixed, it wouldn't be such a bad game. And the reason is because, like I forgot to mention about the graphics, the CG cutscenes look amazing. Flat out. Just flat out, I'll show some. But yeah, flat out, they look amazing. But yeah, it's like, if you look at the beta footage from earlier, right? I should have displayed sometime in the video. You'll see what I mean. It's like, everything just moves so fluidly. The cameras were better. The day and night system in the stages looked awesome. The Mach speed sections looked awesome. Silver was supposed to have more speed. He was even supposed to get more upgrades. I think Shadow was supposed to get more upgrades as well. Sonic plays more fluidly. It's just, oh my god, the graphics look better. Like, Jesus, like, it just saddens me so much. As I was playing the game and I was thinking about how much the game could have been better if they would have actually finished it, I really started to hate Sega. I was like, oh my god, this game could have been fucking amazing. Like, it could have been a really, really, really good game. But no, Sega just had to mess it up. And it's like, I really, really hate that. I wish that someone could, like, maybe, like, eventually, right, when we get this game on PC, because eventually an Xbox 360 emulator is gonna come. It's already in the works. It's just nowhere near finished. So when it is finished, or when it's close to finished, and we can actually play games properly, I hope someone comes in and mods the mess out of this game. I know they can't add the day and night system back, right? But since the data is there, right? Maybe they can mod in the Rainbow Gem to work. Maybe they can get Silver's speed back up. Maybe they can fix the glitches. And eventually, one day, I want to play Sonic the Hedgehog, or as I like to call it, the Sonic Adventure 3 prototype, because this game follows a very, very similar structure to that of the Sonic Adventure game. So I consider it the Sonic Adventure 3 prototype, alright? Because it's like a prototype type game, you know what I'm saying? It's not finished. So I consider it the Sonic Adventure 3 prototype. Maybe one day we can finally get this game to close to what it was supposed to be, because I know Sega's never gonna remake it. Okay, we know that they're never gonna remake this game. It was a critical failure. It was a commercial failure. It was just a failure altogether. So even if we asked for it, we asked for Shenmue 3, and they couldn't even give us that. It had to be an indie project. You know what I'm saying? So they're never gonna give us this game back, right? They're never gonna let Sonic Team go and redevelop this game and fix it up to what it wanted to be, and that's really sad. I know they can't change the story, but modders could at least fix the glitches, make the Rainbow Gem work like it was supposed to. Maybe be able to use the characters, like the support characters, because this is a rumor that once you collected all the golden emblems, that you could use any character you wanted in free roam and in the stages and stuff. Maybe they can just fix this game to what it was supposed to be. Do I think Sonic 06 is as bad as everyone says it is? No, I don't, personally. I don't think it's a terrible game. It's not a good game. It's a bad game. It's not a super bad game, but it's not good by any means. Okay, I personally think, in my opinion, that it's a meh game. And I know there are a lot of people that will give me flack if they heard this opinion, which probably not many people are gonna watch this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about my opinion in the comment section down below. What do you think about this game in the comment section down below? I haven't really seen that many videos on this type of topic, so I decided to go ahead and make it after I just completed the game. Let me know what you guys think. This has been your boy, T-Dub Gaming, and I'm out.